hello to everyone in Greenland.
Well, we need Greenland for national security purposes.
On January 7, 2025, just days before Donald Trump was set to begin his second presidential term, his eldest son, Donald Trump Jr., visited Greenland under the guise of a private trip, sparking widespread attention from various sectors of society. Interestingly, Donald Trump Jr. did not travel alone. His entourage included Sergio Gore, a Trump ally who managed a pro-Trump super PAC during the 2024 election and currently serves as the director of the Presidential Personnel Office in the White House. Charlie Kirk, a conservative American activist and co-founder of Turning Point USA, a key supporter of Trump's political movement. James Blair, currently the White House Deputy Chief of Staff, overseeing legislative, political, and public affairs. Donald Trump Jr. stated that the purpose of the trip was to film content for a podcast and that there were no plans to meet with government officials. The group traveled aboard the Trump family's private plane, Trump Force One, landing in Greenland's capital Nuuk for a stay of approximately 4 to 5 hours. This visit coincided with Trump once again publicly expressing interest in Greenland. Signs of this ambition had already emerged in December 2024, when Trump nominated Ken Howery as the U.S. ambassador to Denmark. On January 7th, Trump posted on Truth Social, "Don Jr. and my representatives landed in Greenland, and the reception was fantastic. This deal must happen." He followed with the slogan, "Make Greenland great again." In the same statement, Trump explicitly noted, "For national security and global freedom, the United States considers owning and controlling Greenland absolutely necessary. As an autonomous territory of Denmark, Greenland boasts abundant rare earth resources and a strategic location near the Arctic, making it a long-standing target of Trump's interest." As early as 2019, during his first term, Trump floated the idea of purchasing Greenland, an offer rejected by both Denmark and Greenland's government. But his grand ambitions were already apparent. Ken Howery, an American entrepreneur, investor, and diplomat, brings a wealth of experience in business and public service. A co-founder of PayPal alongside Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, and others, Howery helped establish the payment giant's reputation in tech and finance. During Trump's first term, he served as U.S. ambassador to Sweden from 2019 to 2021, advancing defense, security, and economic cooperation between the two nations. As a seasoned diplomat loyal to Trump's MAGA ideology, Howery has been tasked with advancing the agenda of U.S. ownership of Greenland. So, what makes Greenland so uniquely appealing to Trump? It all starts with a map. This fascinating map, titled Outline of the Post-War New World Map, was drafted during World War II and reflects certain visions of the post-war world order. Created by Maurice Gomberg in early 1942, amid the Allies' gradual turnaround, just before the Battle of Midway in June, it embodies an idealized American perspective on the post-war world. America as a superpower. The map places all of North America, including Canada, Mexico, and Greenland, and the region north of the Panama Canal under U.S. control, reflecting absolute dominance over the Western Hemisphere, consistent with an extension of the Monroe Doctrine and Roosevelt's Fortress Americas concept. Soviet expansion. It envisions the Soviet Union controlling Eastern Europe and Central Asia, forming a vast socialist bloc, partially aligning with early Cold War realities, decolonization and trusteeship. The British and French colonial empires are significantly weakened, with many territories reassigned as United Nations trusteeships or independent states, foreshadowing the post-war decolonization wave. Global alliance system. The map proposes a U.S.-led world federation of 44 democratic nations to counter potential threats. More a vision of the power vacuum following an Axis defeat than a realistic prediction. This map carries a strong ideological tint of democracy versus authoritarianism. Comparing it to the current U.S. situation and Trump's ambitions, there are striking parallels. Trump's frequent emphasis on America first, U.S. dominance, and territorial integrity echoes the geopolitical blueprint this map presents. Of course, Trump's policies are more grounded in practical needs and economic interests, with Greenland fitting squarely into this framework. Its significance lies not only in its vast land and unique geographic position, but also in its untapped wealth of mineral resources. According to explored reserves, Greenland holds the world's largest undeveloped rare earth deposits, estimated at 1.5 million to 38.5 million tons, rare earth oxide equivalent, with figures varying based on exploration stages and sources. Per a report from the European Commission's Joint Research Center, Greenland accounts for nearly 20% of known global rare earth reserves and about 10% of total resources. Key sites include Kvanefjeld in the south, with an estimated 1 billion tons of ore, containing 1% to 6% rare earth elements, and Tanbreez, considered one of the world's largest single rare earth deposits, holding approximately 28.2 million tons of total rare earth oxides, TREO. Greenland's rare earths feature both light, lanthanum, cerium, and heavy, neodymium dysprosium elements. Tanbreez stands out with over 27% heavy rare earth elements, HRE, rare globally, crucial for high-tech manufacturing like electric vehicle motors and wind turbine magnets. Additionally, Greenland's lithium resources, though not yet fully quantified, show significant potential. A 2023 report by the Geological Survey of Denmark and Greenland, GEUS, suggests that granite and pegmatite structures in southern Greenland, particularly the Garter province and northeastern undeveloped areas, may contain lithium. Companies like Brunswick Exploration Inc. identified spodumene, a primary lithium ore, in 2024 and applied for further permits, though specific reserve data remains undisclosed. Lithium, a core component in battery production, is in surging global demand. If confirmed, Greenland's lithium could address supply gaps for the U.S. and Europe, currently reliant on Australia and South America. Though commercialization is hindered by infrastructure deficits, extreme climate, and limited exploration. Greenland also harbors substantial titanium resources, primarily as ilmenite, with reserves estimated in the millions to tens of millions of tons. Key deposits lie along the southwestern, eastern, and southern coasts, such as the Dundas project by Blue Jay Mining, with approximately 117 million tons of ore, 7% to 10% ilmenite. A 2023 GEUS report lists titanium among Greenland's 34 critical minerals with moderate to high potential. Valued for its lightweight and corrosion-resistant properties, titanium is widely used in aerospace and industry. The Dundas project, nearing commercialization, anticipates annual production of 440,000 tons of ilmenite concentrate, one of Greenland's few near-term mining ventures. Compared to Ukraine, 71 million tons, 7% of global reserves, partially exploited. Or Russia, 71 million tons, 10% of global reserves, more developed. Greenland's titanium reserves are smaller but more concentrated. In summary, Greenland's rare earths are globally competitive in both volume and heavy rare earth content, while its lithium and titanium hold promising but underdeveloped potential. For commercial value, rare earths and titanium offer the most immediate prospects. This hasn't escaped Trump's notice, or China's, which has long been active in the region. China's investments in Greenland's minerals focus on rare earths, zinc, lead, and iron, including Kvanefjeld Rare Earth Project. In 2016, China's Shenghe Resources acquired a 12.5% stake in Greenland Minerals, now Energy Transition Minerals, for an undisclosed initial sum, likely tens of millions of dollars, estimated 20 million or 50 million. Full development could reach hundreds of millions. Isua Iron Ore Project. In 2015, Hong Kong's General Nice took over this project at a low cost, due to the previous owner's bankruptcy. Likely millions to tens of millions of dollars, with potential investment of 100 natters, 200 natters if fully developed. Citronen Fjord Zinc Lead Project. In 2014, China Non-Ferrous Metal Industry, NFC, signed a memorandum with Australia's Ironbark for technical support and potential investment, with initial costs undisclosed but possibly tens of millions to $100 million if operationalized. China's total investment in Greenland's minerals likely ranges from $100 million to $200 million, with potential scaling to $500 million 1B, though most projects remain dormant. Progress is stalled by political, U.S. and Danish intervention, local policies, environmental, economic, and technical hurdles, with production timelines spanning years to decades. China currently dominates global rare earth production. Per the U.S. Geological Survey, USGS, and other authorities, China produced about 240,000 tons of rare earth oxides, REO, in 2023, accounting for 70% to 80% of the global total, 340,000 tons. The U.S., by contrast, produced 43,000 tons, mostly from California's Mountain Pass. China also controls 85% to 90% of global rare earth refining. As the largest exporter, it shipped 56,000 tons of rare earth products in 2023, oxides, metals, compounds, comprising over 80% of global trade, with Japan, the U.S., and the EU as top importers. Japan relies on China for 60% to 70% of its rare earths, while the U.S. imports about 80% from China. If the U.S. doesn't act now, China could soon control global rare earth supplies, including Greenland's, within years. This is the brutal reality of great power competition today. Hesitation now could mean lost opportunities forever. Beyond resources, Greenland's strategic location offers control over Arctic shipping routes and proximity for monitoring and countering Russian missile threats, a fact Trump's team keenly recognizes. Recent Greenlandic election results may offer Trump an unexpected boon. The outgoing government, led by the left-wing anti-American Inuit Ataqatigiit Party and its leader Moot Egede, took a hard stance against Trump but has now been ousted. The Democrats, led by incoming Prime Minister Jens Frederik Nielsen, saw their vote share more than triple from 9% to 30%. Their likely coalition partner, Nalarak, secured 24.5%, with one of its prominent leaders vocally pro-American and even attending Trump's inauguration. While Nielsen's party isn't overtly pro-U.S., it's a center-right, business-friendly coalition favoring independence from Denmark and economic growth that Denmark can't or won't provide. Notably, 72% of Greenlanders are under 40, a youthful demographic open to change. Mainstream media touts a Danish poll claiming 85% of Greenlanders oppose a U.S. deal. But is that the full story? A January poll found 57% of Greenlanders support joining the U.S., especially those aged 18 to 40, who see it as a path to greater prosperity and freedom. Key drivers include more economic and job opportunities, greater trust in U.S. environmental stewardship compared to Denmark, a lesson Europe might heed, historical trauma from Danish colonial rule. For the U.S. and Trump administration, this could be a rare historic opportunity. A stable Greenland strengthens America's strategic rear, ensuring enduring strength and victory in great power rivalry. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.